Hello, I'm the Beauty Professor, and you can find my beauty blog at www.beautyprofessor.net. I can't believe how quickly the year has passed, and now that we're all the way in the fall, I am excited to share an updated skincare routine. I'm going to be talking about a host of products for face, body, eyes, etc. And I'm going to do this as quickly as possible because I have a hunch that this video could feel extremely long if I am not mindful of being succinct. When it comes to skincare, I try to be as streamlined as possible, and being a beauty blogger, I get the privilege of trying so many different skincare products, but I've had to be wise about what I actually use on a regular basis because my skin is sensitive and I don't want to irritate it with a barrage of different ingredients. So some of the products I'll be talking about today are ones that never leave my routine, and then I'm also excited to share some new discoveries that have quickly become a part of my skincare regimen. I will make sure to leave relevant links in the information box for this video, as well as the link to my accompanying blog post, which will provide you with more images and greater detail as well. Let's start with some select skincare products for the body. So starting off, I have been working with this LBBC Organic Smoothie Cream, which is from Rain Shadow Labs. It was a sample and it's a body cream. Always make sure that one unequivocal step in my process is to cover my arms and legs with lotion. This smoothie cream is extremely emollient. It is organic, has a very light scent, and just does a great job of moisturizing my body for that 24 hours between showers. So since it's colder and drier in the winter, I've been sticking with this and I'm really impressed by its performance. Another product that I've been experimenting with since summertime is the Bioelixia Body Shaper. It's a cellulite control cream just to smoothen out those areas of your skin that need extra toning, especially when you're wearing a bathing suit. And while wintertime is not the most ideal time for swimwear, it does happen when you're on vacation, when you might have an unseasonably warm day, as we often do in Southern California. So I've been really impressed by how well this works. I haven't been using it like every single day without ceasing, but anytime I apply it as a spot treatment to my lower torso when I'm jumping into swimwear, I find that my skin is tighter, firmer, it's smoother, all the things that you hope a product of this nature would do. So I can definitely recommend this as a great treatment anytime you have to get into something smaller than your everyday clothing. The African Botanics Marula oil is a fantastic option for all over moisture and hydration. I've been using this since the springtime, and so it's great both in the warmer months as well as the cooler, drier months. I use this in just small drops. You can tell that even though I've used it fairly regularly, I haven't begun to make a dent in this bottle. It has the most divine aroma. It's kind of sweet and vanilla-like, but also very natural. And this wild-grown African marula oil has a high level of omega-3s and antioxidants, and it can be used everywhere. So I might add it to my arms and legs for extra hydration, or even when I'm going bare-legged with a skirt for a little bit of extra sheen or shine. You can also put it on your face, which I've done on occasion, but it's not a regular part of my routine. And then finally, if your hair is feeling extra dry or damaged, you can put just the slightest bit on your palms and then just rub it through your hair, either when it's wet or right before heat treating it. So all in all, this is a fantastic multi-purpose oil that I will continue to be using all through the winter months. Finally, for hands, and I keep this by my bedside, it is the Lollia hand cream in the At Last scent, which is white petals and rice flour. It comes in this really interesting kind of aluminum tube. It's reminiscent of an old-fashioned toothpaste tube, and the scent of At Last is just incredibly refreshing and clean, non-cloying, not overpowering, which is precisely why I like to put it on my hands right before bed. It's actually a very calming aroma, and I've never been a huge fan of hand cream because I always feel like it leaves my hands feeling filmy and greasy. But right before bed, a little bit of this on my cuticles and the tops of my hands, and my hands feel so much better, and I love how well this particular formula, the Special Reserve Lollia, I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly, how well it absorbs. On to cleansing, and this is a product that I am absolutely devoted to. I've been using it for years now, and I can't say that about so many things because so many products come in and out of my life, but the Kanebo Spa Water is absolutely remarkable. I bought this large bottle of it a couple of years ago and have since bought many refills of the largest size you can typically buy either online or at Sephora. But I love the fact that this pump is intact here. It stays on my skin. And I just use Sephora cotton rounds to put 1 or 2 pumps of this on around in the morning to clean my face, and that's all I use to wash my face in the morning. And then after washing my face in the shower in the afternoon or evening, if I apply more makeup because I'm going out and I'm needing to take my makeup off again, this is all I use to remove it. It has managed to keep my skin really balanced, healthy, hydrated, but it's not oily. In fact, the spa water, and I've said this before, it doesn't feel like anything but water, which is what's so perplexing. The mind reels at how well this removes all types of makeup, even of the most long-lasting varieties. And it even removes eye makeup like mascara and really indelible eyeliner. So I can't say enough good things about this water. It is rather expensive for a cleanser, but I would not want anything else in my routine. I'm that committed to this particular cleanser. For a once or twice weekly mask of sorts that also encourages exfoliation, I love the Kanebo Gommage Spa Gel. And the reason that this tube looks a little weathered is because it stays in my shower perpetually. That's when I like to use it. So after I've washed my face thoroughly, and when I'm not using the spa water, I'm just using Ivory soap, which has been my lifetime soap. I love it. But after that, I actually peek out of the shower, dry my face because this works better with your face dry, and then I just put a dollop of this all over my face and kind of rub it in. As it kind of congeals, it literally removes dead skin. If you don't rub too hard, you'll find that you get a great effect that leaves your skin just baby smooth and soft, and you've managed to exfoliate without that typical rough exfoliation feel. Onto the delicate eye area. I have been experimenting with different eye products because I haven't been ready to commit to one wholly and entirely, but a couple that I've been using regularly are as follows. There's the Darphin Paris Mask Sorbet. It's an eye sorbet mask, and it is intended to be a treatment. So if you've had a very long day, if you've cried, if your eyes feel irritated, then what you can do is after you've cleansed your face, you just put a little bit of this on either eye all around the orbital area. It's cooling, it's refreshing, it's relaxing. It's like a cucumber treatment in a cream form, sorbet form, and you just let it set in and enjoy the feeling. When you remove it, your eyes are more balanced feeling, the skin is softer, it's more hydrated, and you just feel completely refreshed. So I use this as an occasional treatment. Also for eyes, I have been using the Olay Regenerist Duo here, and this has an eye cream on one side, which is great for both day and night, and I love that this is a great drugstore option because it makes it a little more accessible. And then on this end is a nourishing eyelash serum that you would just work into the base of your eyelashes. Now, I think you can use this day and night, but I typically just apply it at night because in the day I'm putting on mascara and I'm usually in a hurry just for that. But as a duo, I appreciate the fact that it is centered around the eyes and it both keeps my eyelashes nourished as well as keeping my eye area kind of glowing and balanced and hydrated. And over time, you find that it makes a more significant difference. And then finally, for the eye, we go from drugstore to extremely costly, but whatever works. The Prairie Lip and Eye Duo here, it's specifically called the Anti-Aging Eye and Lip Perfector. And it is a very fascinating compact that has 2 layers. On the top is an eye balm of sorts that can be used or applied all day long as needed, and then below is extremely luxurious lip balm. And for someone who has perennially dry lips, I really appreciate having this so accessible. I've never experimented with an eye balm that I can add as the day goes on, but it's very emollient It's slightly light reflecting, but not in a glittery way. And all I do is just kind of tap it into the eye area. It fills in any fine lines and also adds a little bit of refinement and glow to the eye area. Since I've already broached the topic of lips because of the Prairie Duo, then I'll just continue on with lip-specific products that I keep by my bedside. I have been alternating between two. One is the EnvyDerm Lip Plumper. In this case, it's in mauve, which is a really pale, nearly clear, light reflective, pearly color. I'm obviously not intending to wear color to bed, but it's a fairly light color, so it almost feels like a clear treatment. This plumper I've written about on my blog. It has a deliciously minty aroma, a tingling sensation that's not uncomfortable, but definitely makes you feel like it's working. And most of all, my lips stay hydrated and don't get dry overnight. So when I wake up, they feel smooth and a little plumper. I've been loving this independent lip plumper line and highly recommend it. Another type of treatment, I've been using the Fresh Sugar Shine Lip Treatment, which is a fairly new release. It's just an extremely whisper soft baby pink on the lips. It looks clear once again, but it has that great lemon sugar scent that comes in the traditional stick version of the Fresh lip treatment. I actually like this better because I feel like it's a little more emollient, and because it's slightly tackier, it stays on the lips all night when I put it on before bed. So I just alternate between the two of these depending on my mood and what I feel like smelling, because it's so close to your nose overnight. Both of these are excellent options, and they stay in my Muji right on my bedside. Finally, I'm going to talk about the cornerstone of my skincare, which is what I put on my face every day and every night. So I have been working with the Sensai Cellular Performance Wrinkle Repair Cream, which I finally invested in a full-size version of. I had been using a copious amount of samples over summer, and I was so impressed by it that I finally splurged on the full size, which definitely was an investment, but a worthy one. This cream truly just makes everything better. It is extremely emollient. It is very rich. It is lightly scented, but the scent is just fresh smelling. It doesn't bother my nose at all, and it definitely has withstood the sensitive skin test. I do not break out with this. In fact, if I'm having any kind of flare-up or irritation, just a layer of this overnight and I wake up in the morning with smoother, more balanced skin. It never ceases to amaze me. I love the fact that it has anti-aging properties, which is why I'm using it. It does combat fine lines, wrinkles, discoloration. It's just an overall excellent night cream. Also, I have begun using the Amore Pacific All Day Balancing Skincare Serum. This is something I recently was privileged to be able to try. It's a fairly new release. Unlike the Kanebo Sensai, which has been around for a while, this is something recently released by Amore Pacific, and it's a liquid kind of lotion rather than a thick emollient cream. So I might use this, I will always use this at night, and often in the morning before makeup, just as my first base. But depending on how my skin feels or what's been going on in the week, I might also use this in tandem, or I might use it alone if I don't need the extra moisture of this. I've just been experimenting with when I like to use these in tandem and when I like to use them separately. This is designed to balance your skin when it's kind of out of sync with life. So if you've been stressed, if you haven't been getting enough sleep, if you have been having an emotional roller coaster of a week, this is intended to kind of reset your skin's circadian rhythm. Now, while I can't speak to the efficacy of that science, I will say that when my skin feels stressed, this is a welcome relief. It makes my skin feel very smooth and healthy. So while I know those are just kind of nebulous terms, I will say that for somebody who's really picky about what she uses, and I can basically narrow it down to 2 skincare products, I highly recommend both of these. To close, I just want to mention primers. quickly. They're both primers that I've mentioned before because I've used them for years, so nothing has changed in this department. One is the Metier de Beaute Peau Vierge Primer in shade number 2, which I am all year long. Even if my skin changes tone, this works all year. And it is, gosh, probably my 4th or 5th bottle of this. I love this for its illuminating properties, its retinol treatment, the fact that it adds an extra layer of SPF and moisture to my skin. There's nothing about this that is not good. I just use double negatives, but you get what I'm saying. I always have this as my last step before I put on foundation and am completely and utterly committed to it. As another primer I've used for years, the Hourglass Veil is exceptional. This is just a travel size that I keep in my bathroom, but I've gone through plenty of full-size bottles as well. It's different than the Peau Vierge in the fact that it has a completely different texture and consistency, and it's not tinted. It's just kind of a very disappear into your skin white. But when I am in an extremely humid environment, if it's going to be very, very sunny outside, this mineral sunscreen in here is greatly appreciated. So I might do something like this. Cream, Peau Vierge, and then a layer of the Hourglass on top to kind of protect and mattify as the day goes. That was as quick as I could go while still giving meaningful details and information. I truly hope you found this video useful, and I welcome your questions and comments. I'd love to hear what skincare discoveries you have encountered over the last few months, what's really working for you as well. As always, please don't hesitate to visit me at my beauty blog, Beauty Professor, which can be found at www.beautyprofessor.net. Take care.